Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Sprocket Ranch, where we're building a fiberglass camper. We're actually building a plug to build a fiberglass camper mold. And this is the update. Well, like I said, this is part 15. And I've said that you're just going to be watching us sand it for a while. And I want to keep making videos just to keep posting that we're making progress, because we're doing a camper giveaway. When we're done with our molding and stuff, we're going to give a camper away to one of our subscribers. You have to comment in the comment section, because that's how we're going to pick the winner. We're just going to randomly pick somebody. But I'll go through the rundown of what we did. We forgot to buy a new router bit, because we just did. We're making this edge. So this is a 1/4 inch edge, and it's too small. I want a bigger radius. So we went to a 1/2 inch, and we haven't routed it. I had to drive into town and get one. We ran out of time. So we're gonna change all these sharp edges to a 1/2 inch instead of a 1/4 inch. I sanded the entire camper down again. The whole thing was sanded and reprimered. And we're getting all the deep scratches out from shaping it, getting the corners, getting the really fine detail in there now. I don't know if you can see this or not, but this was a low spot, so I filled it with body filler. This was a low spot. So all of the darker spots you see like this are from us finding little dents and straightening them out. But man, this thing is getting straight and nice. I think we're gonna be ready to go to 180 grit sandpaper on the next sand, which what we do now is we're just block sanding it down and straightening it out and getting ready to make our mold. We had a design meeting. Basically, the whole entire day was sanding, but then we took about 3 hours at the end of the day to do a design meeting. We came up with some new designs. And I'd say keep watching, because I'm super proud of the design that we're coming up with, how to put this thing together. I have partners in this, and they don't want me to tell people how to make a camper or give away any of our ideas that we're doing, because we kind of have some new, unique ideas that we're pretty proud of. And you'll start to see them as we start to develop the plug more. And then when we make our mold and then we make a part, you'll see how ours are going to be a little bit different. The main purpose and the main goal of what we're doing is we're not going to have any materials in our camper that are wood or anything that can deteriorate or rot. It's going to be a 100% composite camper. Everything's going to be composite. The door, the kitchenette, the bathroom, the shower, there's going to be no wood core in here. So what a lot of people do is when you make the bottom of it, they'll put a layer of fiberglass, and then they'll put a 1/2 inch plywood down and glue it down, and then they'll put another layer of composite over that to make the deck more rigid. It's called coring, and it works really good. But I come from the aviation industry. I've been doing composite manufacturing for 28 years on aircraft. So you put a material in there, it's called a honeycomb board, instead of a piece of plywood. And they're actually about the same price. So I don't understand why most companies use wood, because it deteriorates and it rots. So you could use the composite honeycomb board, and it won't rot, and it'll last a really long time. It won't last forever. Nothing lasts forever, but it will last a lot longer than wood does. So that's what we're doing, and you'll see us making our parts. My whole idea is to be able to hose this camper out if you wanted to. Not that you would want to. I know that sounds weird, but that's how much I want this camper to be made of materials that are not going to deteriorate and not rot out. So if your camper gets dirty and you really want to, you can bring a pressure washer to the inside of it. I don't really know what else to say. My problem is that I grew up around people that know how to do body work. They know all about this. All my friends know how to do body work and paint cars. My sister knows how to paint a car. And that's why I don't explain it very much, because I just kind of figure everybody already knows how to do this. Little other details. This is turning out really great. We had a lot of problems shaping the back of this thing. For one, this ended up being about a 1/4 inch out more than the other side. So we had to reshape it and redo it. This very end here, just this part right there, ended up being about a 1/16 inch in there, too low. So when you block sand it, you can see that stuff. I should actually take videos of us block sanding it next time instead of taking videos of it being reprimered. We had a bunch of really deep scratches in it right here last time. You can see they're all gone. All the 36 grit are gone. I'll show you something that you probably might want to know. And it's different for everyone, but where I'm from, I broke the paper on this because this thing really goes, it's fast. It's called a mud hog. And what it does is it shapes things really quickly. So for example, this right here had to be blended with this because this was a little bit lower. So you put body filler on there, then you take this 36 grit. So this sands this direction and it also sands this direction. And you put that board sander under the mud hog and you just rip that down into shape with 36 grit and then you primer it. And then you come back with a block sander. The difference between this block sander and that block sander is this is a soft block. We have a hard block around here somewhere. I don't know where I put the hard block. Oh, there it is. This is the hard block. The reason you don't use this hard block on this right now is because this kind of, it's shaped like that a little bit. It's got a little bit of concave to it, you know? So if you use this, it's only going to sand on that right there, on that edge. You wear that edge off really quick. This is soft, so it's a little malleable, just a little bit. And it will conform to that shape a little bit better, and it will use more of the surface of this to shape that out. That's what we're doing right now is we're taking this, and you only sand it one direction, and it's this direction. Because if you sand this direction, you'll just make 2 flat spots in it because this isn't flat. This is shaped like that. So when you sand something like that, you have to follow the body lines, the shape and the contour. And that's what this is. It's sanding this way, all the way down it. Not this direction ever. It'll make flat spots. This right here is a good example. You sand this direction only. Because if you sand it this direction, of course, you're just going to make a big flat spot down that right there. There's 3 lines on these. There's a line right here, there's a peak line, and there's a line right here. And as you block sand it, those lines will show up, and you want to keep them there and make sure that you straighten that line as you're sanding. So if you're block sanding this like this, you get a good straight line right here. That means you're getting this good and straight and flat. I just don't tell people this stuff because I think that they already know it. Like this, obviously, sand it this direction. This has to be sanded this direction. It's more shaping sanding than anything. Like you shape the thing instead of sand it. And that's where a lot of people, I think, get confused and they're not good at it because they don't know what they're doing. One of my partners who's helping me do this, he's learning how to do all of this. He kind of knows, but not a whole lot. But the thing about it is he's really, really good at it, and he's really learning quickly, and he's doing a really good job on this. Like this side is what he did, and this side turned out great. So, yep. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good weekend, or had a good weekend. And tell me what you think about it. You know, we got some ideas for laying it out. It's 6 feet wide and it's 10 feet long. If you got any ideas, let us know. We'd like to hear them. And like and subscribe. Give us a little bit of support, man. We're going to be giving away a free camper. What's wrong with that? Why do you not want to subscribe to our page? What does it hurt? It doesn't hurt nothing. Just give us some support. We're working our butts off here. Thank you. Bye.